Plus, Allen Park ranks second for the number of sunny days in state news.
I don't believe that.
That would be East Grand Rapids.
GR.
The fifth safest, and commute times are one of the shortest in Michigan. Folks at EGR don't have to deal with the daily crummy commute that lots of other people have to contend with. Yuck. Great to put, people here are wealthy, successful, and safe. Happy land indeed. If you live in East Grand Rapids or any of the other happy cities we mentioned, congratulations. If you don't live in one of these cities, share on Facebook and tell your friends why you think you're happy living where you do.
I really wouldn't know. Because that's my shopper. You should do that. Yeah, probably first. I know, I live in Colorado or California. Right? Got transferred. I told you, thank you. If you're from home, I'm not leaving Michigan. I couldn't stand the change shift.
In 1986, Life magazine said that Highway 50 through northern Nevada was the loneliest road in America. They advertised against traveling the route and said that if you had to travel it, make sure you knew how to use your survival gear. Since then, Highway 50 has become a tourist attraction with many wanderers wanting to drive America's loneliest road. My dad and I were two of them, and we set out on the Highway 50 road trip in the fall of 2020. It was a fantastic trip through a beautiful part of Nevada with lots of Pony Express history, cowboy history, ghost towns, and other amazing natural attractions to see like Great Basin National Park. This video showcases our 3 days driving along the route. Be sure to let me know if you've done it or if you have any suggestions that we missed in the comments.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want to go on the loneliest highway in the world. Oh, I want to go to the loneliest place in the state. If I go anywhere lonely, I'll go to the river. I'll stay here where I am. Lonely enough. I thought it was alright. I mean, Daytona 500, 1979, YouTube. Okay, parts of the chin. There's nothing else on YouTube, so I'm not watching it. Break. Sorry.
There you see the front row. Buddy Baker on the ball, car number 48. He's tried since 1961 to win this race. He
Polar
came so
Bills.
close in 1973, so close a year ago in 78. Now in 79, will turn around, and there is his arch nemesis on the front row. One of the Alabama gang, Donnie Allison. He's been here since 1967. He's never won this race, although he's won the Firecracker 400 on the 4th of July. And there you see row 2 with Cale Yarborough, the first man to ever win the national title. 3 straight years with a junior Johnson car. And beside him, car number 88, the flamboyant and colorful one from Franklin, Tennessee, joining the $1 Million Club last year, Darrell Waldron. Then, in position number 5, car number 27, rolling down pit road with our Race Vision CBS camera on board. The 1975 winner
It's in Detroit.
Benny
Benny Parsons, Detroit, Michigan.
In that row.
Huh.
4-time Indianapolis champion, 1972 Daytona 500
Washington,
champion
yeah,
from Houston, Texas, A.J. Foyt. Moving to row 4,
Where's my
in
hands
the
anyway,
7th starting position, leader of the Alabama gang, defending Daytona 500-mile champion,
Yes, car
Donnie Allison in car number
1979.
15, and within Dick Brooks in car number 08. It'll be Richard Brooks starting in the 8th position from Porterville, California. Moving to 9th position today, the Silver Fox, David Pearson of Spartanburg, South Carolina. It'll be Pearson in car number 21. He's won this race and one of the most dramatic finishes in history. Can he do it again today? David Pearson in car number 21 starts inside of row number 5. Flanking him will be the sensation of yesterday's sportsman race. This kid was behind 2 cars as they flew up inches away at 190 miles per hour. Then he had a tire cut down. He finally wound up 6th. Mark Dale Earnhardt in car number 2 starting 10th. As a rookie to watch in this race, the 11th position is the former Rookie of the Year, Ricky Rudd, Chesapeake, Virginia, in the junior Dunlevy car today. Start 11th. Going to the 12th position from Wausau, Wisconsin, comes Dave Marcus. He'll be driving car number 02, a car he has entered and prepared himself. And then in the 13th starting position, the all-time champion name at Daytona, 5 times a winner of this event, Richard Petty in an Oldsmobile car number 43. In that same row with him, in the 14th position, is Harry Gant, another rookie who qualified very well.
I haven't seen that dog. The dog's bark all damn day.
And here is the rest of the field, 41 strong, as they go up on the ranking for the first time behind the pace car. The field for the Daytona 500 is sprinkled this year with a host of rookie drivers.
Skip. Bruce Hill. Or Bruce Hill. Bruce Hill's a rally driver still. Yeah.
Harrington from Martinsville, Virginia, and from Bellingham, Massachusetts, Jeff Bodine. Row 9 is
Wow,
Bruce
Jeff
Hill.
Bodine's been around forever.
Topeka, Kansas, and Louisiana, Skip Manning.
Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte still races once in a while.
Terry Labonte. And beside him is another Alabama driver, Neil Bonnet.
Some of these guys still race.
500 a year back. Then in row number 11 comes Grant Adcox
Nope.
and Johnny Utzman from Tennessee. In row 12 is Paul Bess and the longtime veteran Frank Warren in car number 79. In row 13, a kid to look out for, Dave Watson in time to come, and he is flanked by Ralph Jones. Row 14 is the kid that used to tear him up in Reading, Pennsylvania, Gary Ballou. And beside him from Portland, Oregon, Chuck Bound, the son of the
Duffy.
driver, and his dad, of course, father-in-law, is the great
Richard Childress.
Row 15, J.D. McNulty.
So just owns a NASCAR team now.
The one lap sign to go down here seems incredible. It looks like they're going to let it go on this slightly damp track.
Well, there you see the rest of the field rolling through, and we're getting ready. Jim Vandiver back here in row 20. Ronnie Thomas, last year's Rookie of the Year, all the way as the tailgater, riding the shotgun position. The officials are moving back. What you're seeing now begins to lock in place on the live pictures from Benny Parsons' automobile. We'll be back with that in just a moment. The field
I can't
begins to
weigh 30 pounds. Wow, that's a heart can't weigh 30 pounds.
100-foot backstretch where we saw a disastrous strike in a terrible 7-car crash yesterday. The field rolling down through there at about 75, 80 miles an hour. Baker on the pole at 196.049 miles per hour. Breaking Kelly Yarbrough's record, which had stood for 7 years.
One can't.
They are going to a green and yellow this time. That means they will hold positions. It will allow them to escalate their speed with a pace car off the track, dry off this track a bit, and probably get 8, perhaps 10 laps at a pretty good clip, and then they will get a full green condition. Now you're watching live the 21st annual Daytona 500 here on CBS today. There you see that front row, Baker down low. That's our speed shot, and let me tell you, it's tripping when they come by.
hour didn't within inches of that camera, as you say, at over 190 miles an hour. And during the race, we're going to see some fine shots from that camera. It's quite interesting the way NASCAR do this green and yellow business. They just allow it to go out there, go quite fast, but of course they don't have to change positions at all until they get the full green, which should be 10 laps in this race.
One of the circumstances which viewers should be made aware of now is the fact that all the inside of the track, that safety apron is extremely wet, so if a car slides on, it's going to take off like on a skating rink. Let's go to Brock Yates to the pits.
And I've got Herb Knapp with me, the crew chief on Buddy Baker's all-winning car. Herb, it said that Buddy gets tense a little bit sometimes at the beginning of these things. How's he feel today?
Well, it's the coolest I've ever seen Buddy in my racing career. He's not walking about this high most of the time. He's got that Spectre Oldsmobile run so good, and the engine performance is good, and the oil that we use is so good. That Spectre oil.
How about this humidity? You've had some changes in the weather right away, just before this started. You made any corrections in this engine setup?
My engine made changes for the weather change, and I mean, that's one thing that makes him so good. I mean, Buddy Wilson, one of the greatest engine men in the business, we changed for that temperature. Tire wear, I think it's going to be a factor. I mean, good year.
You're ready, huh? Okay, Herb's ready. Everybody's ready down here. Back to you, Ken.
They have been up all week. That team is so pumped. They did come in with new sponsorship this year. There's Benny Parsons' automobile. There's the shot. You're the passenger. You're riding with a Daytona champion, Benny Parsons. And that'll give you just a slight feeling of what it's going to be like when they put the pedal to the metal arms.
That's what they'll be doing in about 10 laps' time. Of course, as you say, the infield now is terribly wet, so if anybody slides off into that grass, they're going to pick up speed awfully fast.
About 60 miles per hour at the present time as they come by. The Baker car on the wall has done just an incredible job all week. Baker, as I've seen him over the years, is always tense, and he has been relaxed over the past few days. But how can anyone be relaxed when they know they're going to go for 500 miles?
Not yet.
2.5 miles back.
I'll do it right now.
We talked to the man who won this race 1 year ago. Leader of the Alabama gang, Bobby Allison, about his strategy for today's 500.
This is just another race. I've won some and I've lost some, and I'd like to win this one again. And I know it'd take a little bit of luck on our part to win it this time. It took a little luck last year, and maybe it can happen again.
Bobby Allison, hoping to make it 2 years in a row after coming here and struggling so many years. This track always defeating him, and it was the track year after year. It lurked there like a shadow over Bobby Allison. And then last year, driving for Bud Moore, they came home winners. Now we'd like to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, I fed him.
They came home winners and right in the back of the pack. He started off last year.
Under foreboding skies, live from the World Center of Speed. You're watching the lap speed tick off. They have just completed the 4th lap. They're working the 5th at the present time with a caution condition because of rain. Darrell Waltrip is right up there in the front of the field. What is his strategy in the early part of the race for car 88?
First 2 or 3 laps of any race is the most hectic part.
Some hair.
Guys are sort of jockeying for positions and moving around a lot. Racetrack is, the guys in the back are trying to charge in the front. Of course, everybody's trying. Once it gets thrown out, it's not so bad. But it seemed like in the first few laps, you're worried about the car. Is it going to handle all right? Is the engine running all right? Those kind of things. And if you're going to try to stay out of trouble and not have anything bad go wrong, knock you out of the race right off.
Well, today those thoughts are going to be even worse for Darrell and the rest of these guys in this field because the track has changed a lot since they last drove here on Friday afternoon. The rubber has all been washed off the groove, and they're all going to be trying their own chassis settings. And of course, even the engine settings will be changed because it's so much more humid today than it's been all week. The report from the drivers out there is that the track is still very damp. They, of course, talk to their pit crews, and the pit crews can talk to the NASCAR officials, so we know exactly what's going on all the time.
The NASCAR officials are down in Buddy Baker's pits at the present time. He's reporting it is very damp. They have asked on the radio for either Donnie Allison or for Darrell Waltrip to go out and run his rabbits, and they're not too excited about that, to go out and test the track right now.
I suppose they are. Another thing that Darrell said there was the first few laps are the worst in the race because they are, for some reason, on the racing drivers are so pumped up all the time that they always want to win on the first lap. Of course, in a track like this, it's absolutely essential to maintain contact with the fast car, so there is a lot of scrapping around. Once you lose touch, you may never ever make it back up again, even at 500 miles. So there's an awful lot of precision scrambling going on.
We have one change of drivers in the 35th position for the last moment. DK Ulrich has stepped out of the car, and Dick May of Watertown, New York has started car number 40. DK Ulrich of Vero Beach, Florida. In a new automobile at the last moment, elected not to run, and Dick May of Watertown, New York.
No.
A long-time
You want a
track
rat?
driver. He has the record. One race, he drove 5 different cars years ago down in Darlington. Dick May is now out on the track in car number 40. Field goes back into turn number 1. And remember, they're going very slowly here. They're going about 90. Last lap was at 98 miles an hour. They're hardly moving. 5 laps have been completed, 12 and a half miles into the Daytona 500, and they are running. If you're just joining us live here on CBS Under Caution, there's Benny Parsons' car. And there you are in the passenger seat, right beside A.J. Foyt, down the 3,100-foot backstretch. And you won't have to imagine today, folks, what it's like when he hellhounds through there at over 190 miles an hour.
So we put that little monitor in there so he can position himself on the track properly so that he gets the full effect of the drive on the wall, so that we proper excitement.
Car 88 is going to be a rabbit, they say, in one lap. Let's go to a thought from Richard Petty about strategy for this race.
We don't do rabbits anymore with these two.
We're not really running that good. We're not really running that bad. It's just kind of a deal with so many
You see what I'm
people
doing?
basically the same speed as what we're running that we're just going to have to.
Wait a second, I unplugged it when I took the camera in here.
Richard Petty looking for a good break after going for the first time in his career an entire season without a race unheard of. The great Petty, he's always come to the not just last year, except for one race on the Western NASCAR Tour at Phoenix, Arizona at the end of the year, running the Grand National competition, the 30 races that are run for some $5 million annually. He won out scoreless in 1978.
He actually had 45 races without a score. Unless you include the Phoenix race, which he doesn't seem to want to include.
Well, let's go back here
today.
Right.
And we're at the Haas Ellington pit. He has been in touch with Donnie Ellison with his radio all the way around. Donnie reports that it's still wet coming off of 4, and there's some dampness down the back straightaway. He reckons that maybe 10, 12 laps will be ready to go under full green. But in the meantime, it looks as if Darrell Waltrip is going to go out and run some hard laps in front of the pack. Up to you.
There is Waltrip. He has been told to go out and try the track. Donnie Allison put a new rear end in car number 1 this morning.
What do they do if Darrell Waltrip blows up? Who sues who?
Well, that's exactly what happened to Buddy Baker here a few years ago. 1973, slight rain condition. They sent him out as a rabbit, and at the end, 8 laps from the finish, the engine evaporated.
Well, I was going to say, if he doesn't qualify on laps, and about 6 laps at the end of the race, the thing expires. Be rather off-putting. As I said, the trouble with the track here is the back parts dry out very quickly. But coming off turn 4, as the track flattens out to only 5 degrees of bank, of course the water can sit there, and of course it can sit on the back straight away as well.
Once again, you're in Betty Parsons' car. You get a little feeling for 31-degree banking, the G's pulling down on your stomach. And then you begin to roll out into turn number 2, and at 190 miles per hour, your vision is rather limited. And when you come off here and there are 7 cars spinning, as you saw yesterday, you have less than 1 second to make a decision. And it better be right.
That camera is situated lower than the driver's head. One of the things you get when you're driving around the banking here is, of course, you can't see around the corner.
Waltrip has been given the order to go out. His pit crew has agreed. And the 9-yard racing team sent car number 88 on it. We're seeing the car at speed for the first time.
Of course, this is a double-edged sword. It may go this on the other hand. He's going to get a secret of how to set his car up on the new track before the other.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
do have some knowledge the others don't have.
But I think he was pretty reluctant to do it.
And I can tell you, he does not have his boot in it. That doesn't look that quickly. Maybe 150, 160 miles an hour.
Well, he won't put his foot right in this. He wants to find out what it is as well. Of course, when we race here in the 24-hour race, us men, when it rains, we have to race here in the rain.
Well, your tires are good. The tires on these cars are slicks. And it gets very slippery on slicks when there's a little water out there. The little fighting beginning to take place. Also, these slicks. Now, there you see Waltrip speed. At least there's no rooster tail water here.
It's pretty dry, right? I think this is the slippery bit coming up turn 4 as the road flattens out, coming into the tri-oval. Drying out here reasonably, still a bit damp. If just the sun would come through, it would really dry this place up very quickly because it is quite warm out there. It's probably 75 degrees. It's very beautiful.
Now, Waltrip, believe me, is not getting advantage. These are what they call random laps. He will fall back into his natural starting position. He is in communication on radio with his pit boss, Buddy Parrott. And let's go to Ned Jarrett right now.
Cam in the pits with Glenn Wood, who started the very first Daytona 500 as a driver himself. Now he's a car owner for David Pearson. Glenn, you have a slight problem with the windshield on that car number 21.
Well, the track's straight up it, but I don't think it'll give it a problem because the 3 braces right there where it is, and I don't think it'll be a problem.
What would cause it to crack so early at the low speed you're running now?
Well, this is a new car, and sometimes you can't get it fitted exactly, but we ran all week and didn't have a problem, and some windshield have made a little bit different with a little hole more than the other one or something, and we had run this for 2 laps, so it just got a little place in, and I don't think it'll bother.
Were you planning to do anything about it?
Well, we can put a piece of tape over when we stop the first time. Yes, we'll do it.
Did you give David any particular instructions before he went out as far as strategy is concerned?
No, he uses it on. We got a radio, though, and we'll take care of that.
Okay, that's the story from Greenwood. Back to you, Cam.
Waltrip's car is pulled out pit road. He's talking with crew chief Buddy Parrott at the present time.
And there's a NASCAR official there, I think, too. Is he kneeling down by the car? Yeah, there he is.
Indeed he is. They say it's about 5 laps, but this might change things.
That windshield is a bit scary, you know. When you're going around here at 195 mile an hour, there's an awful lot of pressure trying to push that windshield into the car, which is why these NASCAR cars have the bars inside the cab. You can do that like any car.
They say 5 laps, and they will be under the range in the 21st annual Daytona 500 live today on CBS. The Sun beginning to play peekaboo with over 100,000 people gathered to watch the running of the Daytona 500. About 3.5 more laps, and they will be cut loose and sent on their way at top speed. In the control tower, you see Bill Gasaway controlling all the ambulances, all the emergency systems, the fire trucks. Now he's trying our observer points, and he's in constant contact with those observer points, finding out what the exact conditions are, because we might have it bright and sunny on one end of this half-mile track.
Not much having much.
Let's go to Brock Yates and Darrell Waltrip pit.
Yeah, I've got Buddy Parrott with me. Darrell Waltrip's crew.
Wait a minute.
He just ran a couple of rather brisk 160 mile an hour laps. What did he find out on those trips? He's talking with Darrell right now.
Okay, Daryl was just on the phone to me. Turn 2 is...
I'll leave my room. Not much. Shit. I almost didn't break. Turn in. Hey guys, I was talking to someone earlier about Christmas. Found out what we're doing for Christmas this year. I'm having Christmas here at home, so I gotta get stuff packed up for. I gotta figure I'm taking to. I gotta do something later. I wish I had my BB.
Oh, a penny. You know what they say? A penny a day keeps good luck in the day. Put your hands in the air. This is a robbery. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, a penny. I literally walked it down.
I'm so glad I don't do any of this stuff. Kill myself. Mr. Boss, YouTube. What was it Mr. Boss had about YouTube? I want to see Mr. Boss did talk about GTA because I was playing it earlier. Try to get the money around so I can buy myself a submarine. Mr. Boss for the win here. Ooh, I want that.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the
A beetle.
Here, and in today's
Okay.
GTA 5 video, we're going to be taking a look at 50 things you need to know before you end up buying the VF Weevil, which I will say is probably the most anticipated car, or one of the most anticipated vehicles from the Cayo Perico heist, because when the update came out and players were able to discover what drifty vehicles there were, and the Weevil was one of them,
A
they
beetle?
started going nuts. So I'm
Drift
really
a beetle?
excited to talk
The
about it in
fuck?
this video today. So the Weevil is a two-door compact car, obviously from the Cayo Perico heist, available on the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site.
Okay.
Now it has a buy it now and a trade price. The buy it now price is $870,000, and the trade price is $652,500. So a pretty significant price right there, around $250,000. So you're going to want to get the trade price for this vehicle, and you're probably wondering, well, how do you end up getting the trade price? And the trade price is unlocked very similarly to the Itali RSX. You basically just have to complete a mission for one of the resident DJs at the music locker. And you'll do this by receiving a call from Tom Connors, who will then instruct you on basically where to go, who to save, and one of the DJs will be driving this car. And if you complete the mission, you'll unlock the trade price. So it's very, very simple. Now, as far as when this vehicle could end up releasing, it's actually right behind the Dinka Veto Modern go-kart. So that means the go-kart has to come out, at least another version of it, before this vehicle could ultimately come out. So it might not be in 2020 when we see the BF Weevil, or it could be in 2020. Depends on how many cars Rockstar want to release over the next week and a half or so. So that's the BF Weevil, its price and its potential release order. Now, the only other thing on the website, which is kind of funny, is the description, where Rockstar says you could pop a mood ring, rock a stack perm, roll a doobie, and crash the stock market. Or, for a faster 70s vibe fix, you could just purchase the Weevil. Some fashions are timeless. So this is obviously an incredibly fun vehicle. Let's go ahead and take this into the Los Angeles Custom Shop and get this thing customized. So right off the bat, you've got 22 options of customization, which is just awesome. And we knew this vehicle was going to have a lot, and this is the best part of it. So the first unique thing you can do is the front bumpers, where you have 17 options. So not only do you have 22 customization options, but each category is stacked with a bunch of different customizations. You can do a lot on the front bumper. You can do a ton on the rear bumper as well, including exposing that engine in the back, which is obviously going to look
here we go. Here.
After that, it is your exhaust.
What are you kind of confused of? I'm just goofing off, having fun today.
12 exhaust options.
Having dinner. That's all I was having. I ate dinner early here.
Lots of customizations you can do here.
I didn't have no lunch. I only think I had was breakfast.
For the fenders, and what's great about this is this fender
Thank you.
allows you to change both the front and the back.
Those two behind me I got from relatives.
Don't just focus on
I'm a history nut.
or the other.
Okay.
Make sure you make your changes to both if you end up doing anything. From there, you can change some hood options too, whether you want
This one right here.
secondary or carbon,
And
fog light option, which adds 2 additional lights
this
to the front. So nice option.
I got from my
there.
cousin.
There's also an adventure kit option.
And actually, I actually have been on Route 60. And okay, yeah. But you want to know though? I actually been on Route 66 before. I've been on Route 66, and I also been on another famous highway, the Lincoln Highway. Now, I've been on Route 66 before. It's right next to the Sears Tower in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, I have a little bit better. Okay, and all these right here, I mean, this one right here, and this one right here I bought. So yeah, a couple things I buy. Most of these posters I buy them, or friends give them to me because they know I like collecting posters. So, I mean, Route 66, okay? Route 66, there's 2 big highways in the U.S., okay? There's Route 66, and there's also the Lincoln Highway. Starts in Times Square, ends in LA, ends in California somewhere. Same thing with Route 66. Starts in Chicago, Illinois. It ends somewhere in LA or somewhere like that. The thing is, though, I mean, yeah, the one I got is from my uncle. He woke me up. I was sleeping. He woke me up saying, "Hey, wake up! What? Get dressed! What? You need to go outside and go get some of the car. This is for you." Wow! So I had to go to the hardware store to give me a hook for that thing. I mean, I collect things. I mean, the mess behind me are, I have 2 county maps, and I have a game map behind me, and some other things. Wait.
We're going across here. So if you recognize any of them in the comments down below, please be sure to let us know there. You have the giant BF logo on the hood with a dark blue stripe surrounded by red outlines. And then at the bottom of the door sill, you have the same thing.
What? Wait a second. Oh, you are his.
After that, it is Bronzo.
Maybe.
Which is a similar design. Instead of the BF logo, you have 52, and you have the green and red stripes of Bronzo. There's sponsorships on there on the side and on the back. So this livery is a little bit more crowded than the other.
How about a 30-pound computer?
After that, it is Evil Weevil, which, again, I'm pretty sure this has to be a reference to something. But you've got
How about a 30-pound computer?
On the side, lots of sponsorships.
How about a computer from 1970? Oh, how about this? This is a computer from 1970. This is a computer from 1970. Okay, I got old computers. This is a computer from 1970. It is imported from Holland. Oh, dang, that thing was a ton. Yeah. How about a computer from 1926? How about a computer from 1926? Let's go racing!
Evil Weevil. Barn Find is up next, which creates this like rusty.
Can't get it. Can't get
car. You can still see the primary color.
This thing did work till I broke it.
So you'll have a lot of fun playing
An
around
accident.
with the various livery designs and also the various paint jobs that you can apply on there as well. That is Barn Find. After that, it is Forgotten Racer, which essentially is a combination of BF Cup Car and Barn Find. So you're getting like the best of both worlds there. Rusty and patina, but also has like an actual livery on there underneath as well. So that is Forgotten Racer. After that, it is Beatnik Beater, which is this rusty patina design.
I'm not gonna
Also
get that
has
out.
this flower power pattern going on underneath, which looks very interesting, I will say. So like I said, we're going to have a ton of great options with this car.
That thing weighs a ton.
And now we're going to start getting some of the psychedelic ones. The next
1920 Wellport table. An unknown typer from Germany. And that typer is special. It types in cursive. I can't actually move the computer to see it. But yeah, that types in cursive right here. And I also have a few other typewriters here too. These are actually computers. 1985. Then an IBM. Now the IBM was made. The IBM computer. They started getting made in the late 70s, and they still can make them. You can buy one today, and you can't buy an IBM. You can buy a Brother typewriter right now at Staples for over $100. Also the ribbons too. Yeah.
Flower design all over the vehicle itself. That's extremely fun. After that, it is Trippy Vibes.
What am I on, pot?
What it is, more piece vibes. You've got
I'm changing this.
flowery design with peace signs all over the car.
If I want to watch cars, I talk to Lex. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a history nut. You're as smart as Rick. People say you're smart as Rick Harrison. No, I'm not. Rick Harrison's smarter than I am. Which I really don't care. Rick Harrison's good. I'm good. People left, which sucks. Everyone loses me. Everyone leaves me because they don't like me anymore. Well, I'm losing numbers left and right. Oh well. Oh well. Looks like I'm done. Looks like he left. The real Chucky E boy cheese left me. Oh well. I'm used to it. I should just relax and do something I like to do. Oh well, I'm staying on. I'm not going off. Not for a little bit longer. My channel sucks. Damn, I'm losing everything. I'm losing everyone. I'm losing viewers. Yeah. People are gonna be surprised to find out that I might shut down. If I can hit that certain number, I quit. I'm quitting YouTube altogether. If I hit that certain number, I'm gonna quit YouTube altogether.